next thing that we want to do is to actually spawn some object at a target point rather than just move the player character. All right, so first of all, to do that, we're going to use a command called spawn from class. But the first thing that we have to do is to actually make a blueprint, right? So the blueprint will serve as our class of thing that we're going to spawn. So I have the starter content here. I'm going to go into props and I'm going to pick the chair. You could pick anything. And I'm going to turn it into a blueprint. So I select the small chair and I right click on it. If you go to Asset Actions, you'll notice that there's a create a blueprint and add this asset to it. So it's going to kind of automatically do it. I could do it the longer way by creating a blueprint and then adding this, but this is pretty quick and easy. I'm going to give it a name and I'm just going to call it Chair BP. And I'm going to put it in my blueprints folder. That's okay. All right, here's what it looks like. I'm going to compile it. I don't have to add any kind of blueprint script to it, just the chair mesh. Perfect. That's all I need to do there. All right, so I am now need to make a trigger. So I'm going to pull out, I'm actually going to pull out 2 triggers. Well, actually what I'll do is this, make this one big. And then I'm going to copy my trigger using Control W. And I'm going to add a text render so I can remember where these are. Okay, so this is going to be trigger to spawn chair. Oh, let's make it blue. Okay, purple and a lot bigger. Again, I use Control W and it copies objects, and I'm going to move this one and I'm going to change this one to destroy chair. Okay, and hopefully, well, I'm going to move these a little bit further apart so I don't accidentally trigger one. Okay, so now, just like before when I moved the player, we are going to need a target point, a place to move it to. So I'm going to set that there. Okay, so now let's start setting up our blueprints. The first thing we want to do is to click on our spawn trigger. Okay, and I'm going to right click, add an event to that, on actor begin overlap. Well, okay, so what I want to do is when we run to this trigger, I want it to spawn a chair at the target point. Okay, so first thing, let's go back here. Let's get my reference. So select, remember to select the target point. I'm going to do that. Right click here, create a reference to that target point. Okay, so that's where my chair is going to spawn. So I'm going to drag out from here, spawn. So you know you see I get a bunch of things. So I'm looking for SpawnActor. Here we go. Under game, SpawnActor from class. Okay. SpawnActor, it says SpawnActor none, right? Because we haven't selected our class. So I'm going to click on that drop down arrow and I'm going to search for chair. And you'll notice, well, let me see, that I could have a fire effect going. Could have, but we're just going to do my chair. So you can do emitters. You can spawn a whole bunch of stuff. So chair, my chair. Okay, now spawn transform. This is where I connect where I want to spawn, but obviously they're different colors. They're not the same kind of thing. So what I need to do is get the transform for this target point. So oops, I cannot type. So we want to get the actor transform. Okay, so there we go. Okay, compile that. And let's see if I've remembered everything and see if that works. Right here. Yes, and there's my chair. So it's kind of facing the wrong way. I could actually go in and through the blueprints, like reorient that, which would be more elegant, but I'm just going to brute force it and turn it around this way, manually turn it. Let's see if that's going to work. Yes, it does. Okay, now we've turned it on. Now we want this other one. When I go over this other trigger, we want to destroy that one. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to add, again, an actor begin overlap here. Now, so what we need to do is we've spawned this thing, and so we need to get a reference to it. There's a really easy way to do that. As we go to the return value, because this is spawning that actor chair, and we drag out from that return value, and you notice you get a promote to variable. This is really handy because it makes sure you're using exactly the right variable that you need from the actor that you've just spawned. So I'm going to promote it to variable. I'm going to name it new chair. Doesn't really matter, but I'm going to do that. So now you see I have the variable new chair over here. Okay, so now here's my target. I want to destroy an actor, so I drag off that. Let's go destroy. Here we go, destroy actor. You see I need a target. So here's where my new chair variable comes in. I drag that out. It's a getter. New chair. I'm going to say get that chair and destroy it. Compile it. Save it for good measure. All right, let's see if it works. Okay, there's my chair. Now let's see, destroy chair. There we go. Voila. That's all it takes to spawn something and move a player to a target point. It's really handy, really easy, and hopefully you guys can use this to good effect in your mazes.